to another Saturday night. If you don't mind to hit the thumbs up or down, I always forget to say that until way into the live stream, so I remembered this week and said it right off the get-go, which is very unusual for me. It's going to take a minute for folks to get here, I'm sure. So let me go ahead and take this opportunity to go make a quick post. Why not? Create a post. Oops, nope. I'm going to need a link. Copy link. Create a post. All right. So if you can't tell, this week I'm going to finish off the British ration pack. So I don't even remember what's in there. I just remember there being soup in there. Hello, Goose. Hi. Yeah. Go ahead and hop up there. Say hello to everyone. Go ahead. Yep. Here, let me move the boxes for you. Here, right there. Yeah. Uh-huh. Goofball. Yeah. Okay, I guess I don't have... Yeah, I do. Okay, next. Okay. So, I guess the only thing kind of that I've seen lately, actually I seen it today, this morning, about Britain was something about a riot happening over there or something. I think it might have been like 5 a.m. this morning that I seen this. But I seen something like that happening. I'm not exactly sure what was going on over there, because the video that I seen was silent. All I had was a title and a silent video. They must have removed the sound for some reason. But yeah. Okay. Post created. I do not want to view it. Okay. There we go. Done. I'm done. Not going to do any more of that. Another piece of news that I have to talk about, which let me grab this link real quick, and I'm going to post it here in the chat. My chat's not working, by the way, guys. It's not working. Hasn't worked at all. I haven't seen not one message pop up, which is kind of weird. Whenever I'm seeing that it says 14 people in here, that not one chat has popped up. So let me get this link real quick. So K-Man did an interview about that new, he did an interview for that new TV show. I think it's called The Last of Us. Same as the video game that they came out with probably, 10, 12, 13, 14, I don't know. It's been a long time ago. I think it was PS3, if I'm not mistaken, when The Last of Us came out. I remember my son wanting the game really bad and getting it for him. So, and then I played it a little bit, but I was really into the whole Call of Duty thing at that point. All right, I've got the link. Let me come into the chat real quick, and I will post it for you guys to read. It's a pretty good article. K-Man's answers and parts of the article are great. Sorry about that echo there. I would have been here sooner, by the way, guys, but I started the live stream and lost everything, and which was really weird, because what it was is I backed out and I wanted to take a picture of BourbonstjoeNOLA's address, so I backed out so I could use my camera to take a picture of that, so I could have it for my I try to keep as many folks' address in case I need to send them something. And then when I came back in, like I already had the stream ready to start, and I realized I hadn't done that. And when I came back in, everything was gone. It was weird. That's not typically what happens. Usually, if I hit the home button and back out, I can click right back in, and everything's still exactly how I left it. That did not happen this time. Okay, here's the link. Wait, no, that's not the link. That's, dang it. Sorry, guys. That's the link to this to this live stream. I know. I just copy URL. Okay. I just did this, and it still had my YouTube link. Let's see if it comes up this time. There we go. It's on slate.com. I highly encourage you guys to go check it out, and then you can come back, or maybe you can open another window and read it while we're in here, or whatever, however you want to do it. But I did get that link up there. Cyanide Cookie said you might not see any chats, but you can see super chats because they're super. Thank you for the super chat, Dan. You did not have to do that, buddy. It's much appreciated, and I absolutely do see that. And I think it's skipping some. It has to be. Okay, so my link did pop up. It should be blue and it's white, which is kind of different, or maybe it's not clickable now. It's blue on my side, on my, like where I'm watching the live stream on my other phone, but in my chat right here, it's not blue like it should be. Hey, Eeyore's here. All right, Eeyore, cool. Thanks again, Dan, for that super chat, man. So I do have whatever's left in here. I only took a small meal out of here. I realized after we wrapped up last time I had this, which was 2 weeks ago, wasn't last week, but the week before, I went to clean everything up, and I was cleaning everything up, and I had taken the dessert. I can't remember what it was, sticky toffee pudding or something like that. And I set it off to the side so I could go heat it up, and I totally forgot about it. And I found it sitting over there kind of out of the way, and was like, oh man, I totally forgot to have the dessert. So that was one thing I forgot to do with this one last time. So now I still have that. I would say 70% of the ration still there, 75% roughly. There was, what did I have out of there? Can't even remember what the main was that I had. I don't know. It doesn't matter. So I got a package here from Bourbon Street Joe. Oh, hey, there's super chats. Okay, super chat. Bourbon Street Joe said, cursed you, Dan, now I have to do this. No, you didn't have to do that, but thank you guys. Bourbon Street Joe, there is a link. That's it. That's the only thing in the description this week is the link to Bourbon Street Joe's channel. That's how I'm going to do this from now on. I'm probably not going to go back and fix or change past live streams or anything like that. But if I have something like this and you have a YouTube channel and I'm opening something like that you've sent, my description's just going to be that, and then I might go back and add like my email and, you know, like my information stuff below it. But as for right now, the only thing in the description is Bourbon Street Joe's link to his channel. He's got like 54 or 56 videos. I can't remember exactly how many it said. So go subscribe to Bourbon Street Joe's channel. And he's got all kinds of ration reviews and stuff like that over there. Seeing you open a box of candy. I did not get to watch that one, but I did see it. I don't know who the box of candy was from. And I'm checking. That's cool. I don't usually do this. I have the other phone to check messages like this, or super chats even. Horny Animal says, I want to be cool too. Horny Animal, thank you so much for sending in. Man, you guys are killing me. You don't have to send those super chats in, man. You guys are too kind. Too kind. All right, so before we get started, I'm going to flip the camera around and tilt it so you're not looking at my nostrils. And I'm going to have I want to have one of these, but maybe I should wait. I'll wait. I'll wait on one of those. I will have one of these other camels that I have. I have multiple of these, so I'll have one of these old camels. These are older than those ones are by probably 10 years. I think these are 89s. That's what we had figured out. The Camel Cash expired on them in like 91. Believe I should what now? I have how many now? What? 56 hours of content. I know there's 56 video, or I don't know if it's 56. 54, 52, 56. I think it was an even number, but it was 50 something. Because when I looked this channel up, I saw, because I'm trying to get the link for my description, I asked Bourbon Street Joe to send me a link so I could put it in my description. And he said, "What?" I said, "Go to the three dots and click on that, and then it'll come down and it'll say, there'll be multiple things, and it'll say share. You click on share, and then when that comes up, you're going to click copy link, not text or email or all that other stuff. Click copy link, and then you'll come back and you'll text me the link by long pressing." I went through the whole description on how to do it. It makes it easy to send links and stuff, so hopefully that'll help him out in the future. Trying to eat better, making a bologna sandwich. Oh God, CT. That was CT that said that, right? My grandma, called her Gran, my grandma ate bologna sandwiches, I would say up until she passed away. I don't remember her ever quitting. I do remember her trying to quit eating that for a while, and then she went back to it because she grew up in a time period where she ate a lot of bologna, and I think she just came to really like it, like as an acquired taste. Which I guess I kind of understand. But when I was a kid, up until I was probably, I would say 8 or so. Yeah, probably about 8. I would have bologna sandwiches all the time. Bolognas with a little bit of mayo or Miracle Whip or whatever on it. No cheese or anything like that. Bread, a little mayo, Miracle Whip, whatever, and bologna. And I got so burned out, maybe? I don't know. The smell of bologna makes me want to hurl now. I can't. The only thing that bologna-wise that I yearn for, I guess, is there was also, when I was a kid, this pickled bologna that we used to get at this place we called the bowling alley. It was a gas station / bowling alley down past Leon. I think you turned out there. I think where you turned at the gas station, that road was called Arbuckle, I think, or maybe like a 13-mile creek road or something like that. Anyways, we called that place the bowling alley. What it was like a kind of like a small supermarket with the bowling alley in the back left-hand corner. The front side was like a gas station, and then kind of in between the bowling alley and there was like kind of like a small supermarket. And then on the other side, they had like a tow service and a kind of a small junkyard. It was a multi-purpose place and building, like a garage. They ran a garage out of there too. They'd work on people's vehicles. So that was like, I guess Walmart before Walmart, or before we had anything like a Walmart around here. It just a little one-stop shop. You could get a lot of stuff that you needed done there. But they had this pickled bologna. It was a tube, or in a casing, and then it was also wrapped in plastic in a plastic tube. And I don't know, I'd say it was about that big around, and exactly the type of shape that you're thinking that it would be in. Anyway, you'd cut little round discs off of it, and I would eat it with cheese and crackers, and oh my gosh, It was so good. It was so good. It wasn't like real soft and mushy, like a Vienna sausage is. It had more firmness to it, and it had more of a like a fibrous texture to it. It was amazing. I loved that pickled bologna. Now, my palate was also conditioned for that, so now as an adult, if I was to get that exact same style of pickled bologna, I might not like it. But I know that I can't stand bologna. I cannot stand bologna. So, and I know it's horrible for you too. Like the sodium levels in bologna is really high, and there's not a whole lot of like nutritional content that's good for you in bologna, as far as I know. I could be wrong. There, maybe there's something there that I'm missing, but I haven't really ever looked into that because I can't stand bologna. It just made me think of it with Trucker. He said he need to eat better, and he's eating bologna. That ain't the way to do it, I'm pretty sure. Oh, hey, Fordman. I see Miss Marilyn saying hello. Doctor's sausage in Russia. Doctor's sausage. Huh. What's Miss Marilyn thanking everybody for? I hope you're doing good, Miss Marilyn. Hope you're back back at 100%. Oh, just a little tired? I see. Well, hopefully what we talked about helped. Pretty much the same as hot dogs. I would disagree with that. I, you can get like really decent quality hot dogs, like that are very heavy on the beef. As far as bologna goes, I've never had any bologna that had any like flavor to it other than a bologna flavor. I don't even know how to describe that flavor other than bologna. Now, I might be able to eat a piece of fried bologna. I don't know. That would still be pushing it for me. But when you fry bologna, the caramelization and everything changes the texture of it and everything like that to where I can kind of probably tolerate it. Bologna and hot dogs almost taste metallic to me now. Bologna is the worst for that. Oh, I can imagine. I if I if I'm being honest, I have not even put a piece of bologna in my mouth, tasted a piece of bologna in probably 25 years. I'd say it's probably been 25 years. I avoid it like the plague. I don't want anything. I don't even want to be in the same room as it. That's like it. I literally ate that stuff 2 to 3 times a day, and sometimes I'd eat 2 sandwiches of it at a time. My Uncle Red, that's what he fed me. Period. That's it. Bologna sandwich, Doritos, and Pepsi. That's what I ate. It was awful. Now, deer bologna or something like that, maybe I could get into something. Maybe I could. Maybe. I don't know. I've never had any bologna outside of like store bought bologna. Just whatever pig snouts and calf hooves and whatever they throw in that stuff. Because I know it ain't just beef or pork or what even is it? It's supposed to be beef, right? I don't know. Beef bologna, I think. You know, I never really thought about it. It's pretty sad. We just used to eat crazy stuff, man. Well, I don't know if it was crazy. It just wasn't good for you. Never thought twice about it though. Now when my grandma started getting sick and she ate bologna all the time, like it was heavy on all of our minds to get her to stop eating that bologna because it was really bad for her. She was diabetic. She had congestive heart failure. She had a lot of issues. So trying to get her off of the bologna was a big thing. I'm making you a spot, Brownie. So I lost a cat. I believe it was yesterday. Bruiser passed away, and Bruiser wasn't in the greatest of shape. But I didn't expect him to pass away. That's for sure. It sucked. Just luckily, I happened to go out and go down the back steps just as it was starting to get dark, and I found him laying right there in the yard, which is I never expected to find him there either, because he would go up underneath the house, or he would cover up with a blanket, because he was not completely bald, but had lost most of his fur from like the middle of his waist down. Brownie, you've got to stop. You can't put your claws in me. What was that? An update on Steve. Haven't seen him posting in a long time. Is he okay? So, I can tell you what I've been told. Steve's doing okay from what I've heard. I actually seen some posts where he was kind of having some issues on Facebook. And then supposedly he's working on like a big project for this channel. Cat, you've got to stop. Seriously. I can't keep doing that. But yeah, as far as I know, he's doing okay. That's the best I can do for you. All right, Bourbon Street Joe package. Let's get this opened up and see what Bourbon Street Joe sent. I'll make the cat move. She don't need to steal the spotlight up here or anything. What is that? Did you drool on the table? Come here. There you go. Brownie, don't stick your claws in me. All right. Bourbon Street Joe. Stick this out of the way for now, best I can. See if I can pull this camera down a little bit more. No, not much. Probably, yeah, that's enough. Okay. I'd like to open this from the top. I think I got his address blocked well enough. I'll set it. Well, not even sure exactly how to open this. I see he made some like tape or something there printed with Bourbon Street Joe there. All right, here we go. I don't know where to attack this thing from here, so maybe well, that's not opening as smoothly as I thought it was going to. What was that? Okay. If I'm not going to be able to just pull it out. I thought I was going to be able to slide it out of the paper, but it's not looking like that's going to happen. Maybe. Nope. It's taped. And this box is certainly taped up well. Get out of that. Move. A dog. All right. Wait a minute. I don't know if that's how this opens or not. Yeah, I think it's a flap right here. I'm going to cut it and worry about getting the tape off later if I need to. Okay, there we go. Now we're in. I don't know what that is. It's a snack box. I'm not even going to attempt. Boksu? Boksu? Snack box? Boxa snack box, maybe? Boxa? I don't know how you pronounce that. Maybe, like that? Here we go. Let's see what he sent. Here we go. Bourbon Street Joe. Modern snack inspired. I've never seen this particular snack box before. Modern snack, traditionally inspired. Craving more? Shop these snacks at Bokuts, whatever. .com boutique. Not an advertisement for them. It's just what the box is. So we have some bubble wrap on top. Gonna get rid of the bubble wrap. Gonna read the note. Okay. Every time I do this, and I do a live stream in this corner, my nose completely plugs off. I do not know what I'm allergic to over here or whatever. But that's why I sound like I got cotton balls stuck up my nose. Hey, Smokey. Just a couple of snacks for you to munch on. Since CT messed up and only sent exports, I added a pack of players. And do Mappy Hour smokes? I don't. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, or if that's a AP, a Mappier. Du Mappier. Sounds French. So a pack of players and a pack of Du Mappier smokes to round out the Canadian SIG experience. Also find enclosed a prayer flag for Sebastian, hanging outside as it fades. So will the pain of his loss. Y'all take care. Cheers, Joe. Actually, Mike. Dude, thank you so much for the note and the package, man. So a pet prayer flag. I've never heard of that before. And there is Bourbon Street Joe stickers. I'll stick those up there on the shelf, as I do with everyone's that comes in. That one's going right here behind this Canadian one that I've got. And Readiness Reviews. I've got his right here on my Mickey Mantle. There we go. Cool. Okay, so here is the pet prayer flags. You have gone ahead, and nothing is the same, leaving paw prints on my heart that will always remain. Loss of a pet is the loss of a pet, a longtime friend and companion, leaves us lost and in deep sorrow as we try to understand and accept their passing. Tibetans believe that prayers are carried on the wind and become a permanent part of the universe as the flag fades from exposure to the elements, just as life moves on and is replaced by new life. Our own healing begins, our hearts mend, and we find room to love another pet. Here we go. So this folds out like this. And thanks for this. That's really cool, dude. I've never even heard of something like this or seen anything like this before. Here, maybe if I flip it around and I hold it up, I can get, the whole thing kind of on there. Purple, blue, and a red in the middle. It says the same thing that I just read you guys. gone ahead and nothing is the same, leaving paw prints on my heart that will always remain. I was just talking about Sebastian with Amber day before yesterday, and I was telling her how I always hear him. I don't know that she still hears him or not. She didn't say, but she did seem to agree with me on that, kind of like she does hear him. So maybe she does hear him as well. But I will hang that up outside proudly. Thank you so much for that, man. Mike, I appreciate that. Let's see if I can put that back in there the right way. Sebastian's right here on the shelf right next to me. I've got to get him a good urn. He's inside of a plastic urn, inside of a cardboard box right now. Right there he is. He weighs nothing compared to Daisy. I had my my boxer. I had her cremated, and like she is in a box, like not a box, but like a little plastic urn that is twice the size of this one, and it weighs, I don't know, probably a couple pounds at least. Sebastian only weighs probably 7 ounces, maybe, if that. Trying to factor in taking off the box weight. Okay, Great Canadian Meat. Moving on, trying to move on here from the. It does make me think about Sebastian, though. That's for sure. Here, let me. Oh, what is that? Huh. I've got a envelope down here that I keep everybody's letters and stuff that they send over the years. I got 2 of them, actually. This is the one I haven't had out in a while. But as you can see, got a whole bunch of notes and letters in here. Same in the other manila envelope that I got over there. That's where Joe's letter is going right now. Bourbon Street Joe, or I should say Mike. It's just habit with the Bourbon Street. Oh, dang it. Okay, I just dropped it. It's okay. I'm going to leave that right there. Okay. Great Canadian Meat. Genuine jerky original. I figured the back was going to be see-through. Can't really tell what kind of jerky it's going to be. Hopefully it's not like the military. The Canadians, I don't know if the Canadians do jerky as well as others. We got a big Reese cup. That reminds me. Hang on a second. Be right back. Okay. So I actually had got these picked up for me to send out. That's the only reason I got them. But I got most of a box of them. I think it's only missing one. Or maybe it's missing a whole row of them. I'm not sure. But got these. These are going to be going in packages that are going to be going out very soon. And if you guys have never tried them, I highly, highly recommend it. It's the best Reese cup out there, in my opinion. But this is a Reese cup with Reese's Pieces in it, and I'm a huge fan of Reese's Pieces, so there can't be anything bad about that, right? I've never had one of these. I've seen them, but I've never picked one up and tried it. We got some Semenchki. Ain't that what the Russians call it? Semenchki. Cracked pepper spits. That's what's the brand that I always get here? It's is it Big League Chew? Is that? I can't remember what brand I always get when I get sunflowers. I've never had cracked pepper ones before, though. What was that? Huh. Sunflower seeds. And that's the only flavor it is just cracked pepper. I wonder if it's got like a little salt to it, or those will be interesting to try for sure. Man, I used to eat these all the time when I was outside with the kids all the time. Baseball, especially with baseball. I don't know why. Sunflower seeds and baseball, just I guess because you're out on the field and you can spit seeds everywhere, I guess. I don't know. I really don't know. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Oh, here we go. We got a whole bunch of what we call these Smarties here in America. And you Canadians, for some reason, call them Rockets. I don't understand why. I mean, I see it's the brand. Sweet Tarts is the ones that make them here. I guess Rockets just is the brand. It's the only thing I'm seeing on the packaging there. But they got to be just like Sweet Tarts, right? One of these was about ready to open. Yes, this one. Yeah. I got to throw a couple of these in and fact check myself. Yeah. Identical to Sweet Tarts. Oh, yeah. We call them Smarties here. Duh. I forgot what I was talking about. Amber's a big fan of those. Which they are good. These are a good survival candy. These will hold up through all kinds of different temperatures. Even if they got wet and you dried them out, you could still eat them. You know, that some would dissolve off, but you'd still be able to eat them. There ain't too many candies you could do that. Any hard candy, I guess you could probably do that with. But I wouldn't. I don't know what I'd. This is kind of in between a hard and a soft candy. As soon as you chew on it, it gets real soft. So, I don't know what I would consider that. What? O. Henry. I don't think this is the same as an O. Henry here. I think I had this discussion before, and I didn't have one, but we were talking about O. Henrys, and I was like, oh, it's been a while since I bought an O. Henry, but I don't know that they're the same here in America. And a Reese's O. Henry, I definitely don't think I've ever seen that before. Is that like the hard peanut butter center? It's not going to tell me. Let's see, here we go. Crunchy peanuts, Reese's peanut butter, creamy caramel, covered in a chocolatey coating. So maybe that's... This is like a nutrageous, is what we used to call these here. I'm pretty sure. It's what it looks like. An O. Henry. I don't know that. I don't freaking know. Oh, wow. I bet these are freaking awesome. That's one of my main problems. I'm going to be honest. Like with the Coffee Crisp, I don't like that great big bar. It's like the extra large Kit Kats. I'm not a huge fan of those either because they're so big. If I'm going to have something, I'd much rather have something bite-sized like this. I'm a huge advocate for the bite-sized candies. All day long, I'd rather have this or this than a full-size bar usually. Depends on the bar. I'm a big Zagnut guy. I love a good Zagnut. I got on a kick for years on those things. But you can't hardly get them anymore. You hardly ever see them. And the only way you do buy those can get them as full-size bars. They used to be able to, or you used to be able to buy like bags of them, kind of like this, at Walmart, but they weren't Zagnut brand. They were just like peanut butter bars, or I think it's what they called them. Lightly covered with coconut, but the rest of it's like that crunchy peanut butter stuff. It's really good. I like it. Really good for me. These are just regular coffee crisp, right? Nope, double double. So there is a difference between the regulars and double double, right? I don't know. This is a Canadian culture thing. I'm looking at the chat to see if there is a difference. You can still get them in the bag here. Tracy, you can? Oh, dude. My mouth just started watering when you said that. Because I love those things. But you can't get them here. I've looked for years for them to come back, and they haven't been. Old Henry was similar to a Baby Ruth. Okay, with the nougat then. But it didn't have peanut butter in it. See, this is completely different. I don't know if this is the standard or if this is a collaboration between Reese's and O. Henry that is unusual, which is very possible. Difference between regular and double double coffee crisp. I think the double double is just like a little heavier on the coffee. I could be wrong, but that's the way it seemed like to me whenever I had a regular and a double double. Full size bars, mind you. So we do have 2 packs of smokes here. And these are the Dumauer. Oops. Distinct. Les cigarettes. Cigarettes cause bladder. Okay. Hang on. Here's the ones. Oh, these are export A's. Weird how your guys' brands are like, that's how you tell? It's not even any real branding. Oh, Trucker just said that our O. Henrys are the same, but these, wait. Let me see if it'll probably pause this for a second. Are the same as a Nutrageous. Okay. So it is the same as a Nutrageous. That's what I thought. Haha. These are the smokes that Trucker sent. And here's the ones that Bourbon Street Joe sent. These are the Dumauer. I cannot pronounce that. Dumauer. And the Players. Whoops. Players on both sides. You gotta love this anti-smoking, anti-branding stuff. That I hate it. Actually, I hate that they do that. Because how much cooler would it be if they could do their own like logos and brands and whatnot? And here's the receipt for the smokes. Holy God! Now you got to remember that this is funny money, Canadian doubloon stuff. $39.81. That is crazy. So American, that would be probably like $25, $26 for 2 packs. So like roughly around 12 something a pack, I would say. The Players Blue, these are Players Blue. I guess I should move these down here and put these up here and move this down there. I'll move it over here since that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Oops. Wait. That's better. Okay. But the Players cost more than the Dumb Distinct. That's what the receipt calls them. Look. Dumb Distinct RS. Cool. God, that's expensive. Which they're getting really expensive here too. I have got to quit. I just have to quit and just not look back. That's what I have to do. So I've got a bunch of candy and stuff here I want to try out. But I've also got that ration we got to get to. I'm going to leave the receipt in here. Put Trucker smokes back. Now, Trucker's, the pack he sent are 25s. It's hard to believe that that much room is only 5 cigarettes. Huh. Same width. Oh, mess kit. Knocked it over. Oh, I found my Arctic mess kit, but it was full of stuff. Oh, look, I got a double right here. Did someone answer what the difference between a double and a regular is on the Coffee Crisp? Sunflower seeds. I gotta try one of these right now. I gotta have one of the small Coffee Crisps. I want to be careful about opening this bag. Probably got that razor blade in my pocket. Probably be the best thing to do instead of screwing up my table. Aha, I do have it. Good deal. My chat's not working. Last week hurt to say the least. Moved about 400 pounds to restack a ham skid last week. Couldn't have butchered that much more. It's alright, I didn't cut through the backside. That's what I didn't want to do. These remind me of like Charleston chews. The shape, the look. They're bigger than a Charleston chew. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the little bite-sized Charleston chews before, but that's what these remind me of. Alright, here we go. Down the hatch. Oh. That is extremely fresh. Compared to other Coffee Crisp that I've eaten, this is, I don't know why. Maybe because it's in the bag like this. It's got a lot more crunch to it. Ah, 2 cream, 2 sugar. That's what a double is. So it's actually probably a little weaker on the coffee flavor than the regular. Looking inside, I mean, it does look pretty light, the cream. That's the cream. My fingers are dried out. I almost pick up like a little hint of salt in there. There's certainly some sodium going on in there. That's probably on purpose. Not much. 40 milligrams, only 2% of your daily value. Those aren't going to last very long. All right, cat. Yeah, I know. But you can't stay up there. Oh. You're pretty precious. Yeah. Yeah. See your ear. Looks like you got something in your ear. I'm gonna have to clean your ear out. Here. Lay down right there. On the box. Jerky. I might try that later. I want to do one of these now. Going to ruin my appetite. I am ruining my appetite. Maybe I should not. Yeah, well, screw it. Who cares? It's just British military food. It's not like it's a Slovenian or something like Delicious had earlier. Man, that ration looked awesome. And I cut through both sides on that one, and I didn't even get it yet. Yeah, I did. Part way. Look at that. Little tiny nugs. That one's little. Let's see if I can bite it open to show you the middle. Yeah, lots of caramel. Some peanut butter. Exactly like a Nutrageous. Just like Trucker said. I can't remember the last time I had like a regular O. Henry. These are not going to last either. These are like super easy to eat and really good. The mini stuff, I'm just, my opinion, is way better. Like little mini Nutrageous bites. This makes me think of Halloween. I don't know why. It just does. Prayer flags going over here. Where can I put the right here? That magnet might hold it. Yep, it will. Okay, good deal. Oh, see you later, Seth. Thanks for stopping in, buddy. We appreciate you hanging out, man. We got some rockets. Oh, you know what I done? I covered up those smokes. Don't know what I was thinking. Just digging those out. Those feel thicker than the players. Left the jerky out for now. Okay, set the box back here out of the way. Mike, I can't thank you enough, man, for sending all this stuff down here, man. I really appreciate you. I love your guys' tax stamps, though. I really do like your guys' tobacco tax stamps. The holograms on them are cool. I dig it all. I got a piece of peanut stuck in my teeth. All right, gotta go get a toothpick. Be right back. Okay. Haha. You gotta be kidding me. Okay, good. Get it out and it freaking falls right back in. All right, to finish that off, I'm going to have to try one of these right now. I'm going to go with the good, what I assume are the good ones. The players. I've had export A's before, not only from Trucker, but also from Smitty, like a couple years ago, sent me a pack. I still have one or two put up of those export A's. The pack looked completely different. I think it was blue, like light blue. There's a black pack with like light blue on it, if I'm not mistaken. All right. I think that's the way these open, right? There we go. Now that's going to have to be cut, I think. Export A. No, players. These are players. I was thinking export A. Had them on the mind. Oh, cool. Now you get a doctor that greets you when you open it up. Call the toll-free quit line. We got one of those here, too. Oh, yeah. Headset on the front side. I love how there's two individual packages in there. How cool is that? 2 individual 10 packs. I freaking love that. That keeps your other 10 fresh while you're smoking this 10. And it'll probably take me, I don't know, months to smoke these, because I have the ones from Trucker, and then I have the ones that Danny sent, the vintage Camels from last week. I got a variety, nice variety now. Now, are these supposed to be lights? Are these supposed to be regulars? You know what I didn't do? I got to turn this one over. Take that one out. Turn this one over. I'm superstitious like that. Look at that. I did a good job opening those up. You can't even tell hardly. Even still looks like they're sealed almost on top and on bottom. Cool. All right. I did not pack these because I didn't know how to pack them, like which way to pack them. But the distincts, I will figure out from the players how to pack them. Should be able to pack them enough this way where they're not weird. Yeah, I am one of those superstitious guys. I'm telling you. There's been a few times I've said something where I thought, man, I should knock on wood, and I didn't have no wood to knock on, and then I regretted it later. I'm superstitious. And it seems to, as long as I stick to my rituals or my superstitions, whatever you want to call them, it seems to be okay. But if I don't, things happen. And maybe it's because I believe that they'll happen. I don't know. I understand how powerful the mind is. Lit with the Canadian match. I think these are supposed to be like the top of the line smokes up there, right? These are like these cigarettes, the good ones to have. These are the players. I think they're Players Club, are they not? So my Oldsmokey. No regrets. Wait, I missed the super chat. Hey, Smoke, late to the party, but glad I didn't miss the smokes. Hey, Mulder, how you doing, man? So Mulder, he sent a package, and we will be checking out Mulder's package maybe next week. That's the plan. I will say this, that what he sent is pretty spicy, and I told him that it depends on how, like, my stomach's feeling. As long as I feel like I can manage it, no problem. I kind of want to crave it because it's one of those things, like, it's really hard to get, and he was kind enough to share his with me because he'd had one before, and maybe he didn't care for it, or maybe he just didn't care to have another. I forgot that. That's stuff I couldn't fit in my Christmas tote, so I gotta get a new tote for that Christmas stuff. But I got everything put up, everything from in here. I think those Benson and Hedges cigarettes and the beefsteak sea ration that Steve did have to be the longest smokes I've ever seen. Oh yeah, the Benson and Hedges. So what did I just do? I just done something with a pack of Benson and Hedges. Those Benson and Hedges are for a menthol, they're okay, but they are exceptionally long. I think they are. I think they are longer than a 100, if I'm not mistaken. I'm sure I've got a pack around here somewhere that I can compare. Are these regulars? Are these mediums or lights? Or do they even do that in Canada? Old school Virginia Slims? Yeah, I've actually got some 1970. I'd say they're 75 or 76. I have a couple. Yeah, the 120s. Yes. I have some Virginia Slims. One pack of them is pink. I've never seen a pink pack other than the pack that I have. So these Canadian smokes, it looks like a non-filter. It isn't. It's got a filter on it. The filter stops about right there in front of my fingers on this side right here. This side right here. It's lined up with the end of the filter. It's extremely smooth. But it's not like a light. Like whenever I hit a light, I'm like hitting it again and hitting it again, like, because I'm not getting enough. By the way, thanks for the super chat, Mulder. I don't think I said that. Thank you for the super chat. Danny says, my buddy had a gallon Ziploc bag half full with Virginia Slims when we were kids. We were smoking like queens for like 2 weeks. Oh, Virginia Slims, man. When we were kids, they were everywhere. I don't know if I think we're probably roughly around the same age group. In the 80s, Virginia Slims were everywhere. I think the 70s too. I think probably some time during the 70s is when they really kicked off and got popular, I would say. And they really kept popularity, I would say, until the late 80s. And then I have a pack of menthol Virginia Slims, and then I have a pack of, I guess they're regular. I don't know. Are all Virginia Slims menthol? I don't know. But one pack I have is pink. I don't even know where those are at. Right off the top of my head. It's been a while since I've seen them. So I'm about halfway through, and the cigarette just completely changed. That hit was completely different than the first half of the cigarette. Really kind of odd. Yeah, Canadian smokes are great, but also pricey, Mulder says. Just like here in the States. But loved them in my youth. Yeah, well, I've got to get out of my youth phase because I'm still a big fan of them. I don't know why. I know that they make my breath horrible, and I know that to most people they don't taste good, but to me, they do. To any smoker, I guess they do. Uh, this is one of those things you get. I'm addicted. I'm addicted. What's that joke? There's a joke on TikTok and YouTube, and they get like an old lady to say a dick did or something like that. And the last one, they ask like some. I don't want to say it, but anyway, I'm addicted to nicotine. They just had a big old drug bust here. It just made me think about it in West Virginia. I want to say 8 people. That's not what makes it big. What makes it big was they were flying from California. Okay, so here's what was happening. This is what they said. This is what the news said. The local West Virginia news said, I don't know. They didn't say how it was getting here, boat or, I don't know. I'd say boat. Coming from China. Fentanyl. Fentanyl coming here. They were flying it from California to here. And then it was being distributed from here in West Virginia to somewhere in Ohio, a place in Pennsylvania, I think. But then they were taking the cash that they were getting, which was like roughly about $500,000 every time, and flying it back. They were flying the cash back to California, so that the money wasn't ended up in the local area. You know, a bunch of money. The local drug dealer getting rich, whatever. Now the money was going back to California on a plane, and I just saw that yesterday. I think it was something like that. Let me post another link to that article for you guys, because if you guys haven't looked this article up yet, I highly recommend that you do. Or I mean, if you haven't checked out this article, that K-Man. So K-Man did a interview for the show The Last of Us. I think it's, I don't know what channel that show's on. I've seen previews for it, but I have not seen it yet. Where they in a big balloon, Mulder says. First of all, China is completely and totally denying that was theirs. So I don't know. I don't know if that was theirs or not. These are, yeah, these would be a problem for me, because if I could get these on a regular, I probably wouldn't, because they're so expensive. Honestly, I probably wouldn't. I'd probably refrain from buying them, because that's like those American spirits here. That's kind of what these remind me of, the American spirits. Very similar, like a very clean tobacco experience. They're really, really smooth. I thought it was on HBO. I wasn't sure. We got HBO Max, but I never use it. I'm a Hulu guy. Hulu carried our show. It's still on there. Eating History is still on there. But you gotta have Hulu Live to watch it. It's kind of stupid. They need to release it. They need to release our show on YouTube and Hulu. They just need to let that content be out there. I don't know why they haven't or why they didn't. I really don't understand that. Like, now that it's been so long, wouldn't it, even a year, like a year later, why wouldn't they release it? I don't know. Maybe I can talk to somebody about having it released, and maybe I can make like some clip shows with it or something. That would be cool. You know, I haven't gained any subscribers on my channel in like probably over half a year. It's because I ain't making videos. I just do live streams. Yeah, I would love to see the show come back. If it wasn't for the pandemic, I believe we'd still be rocking and rolling. All right, so Bourbon Street Joe. The players are awesome. Players are really, really good. I don't know what else to say about them. Super smooth, super clean. I can't recommend them. But you know what I'm saying. Correct. Also thumbnails. Oops. No, no, no. What the heck? Here we go. Hey, Josh. Josh Tard. Right, let me set these right here. Got to have one of these. I'll probably have another light this week from Danny in Alaska. I wonder if those cigarettes spent their life in Alaska. I need to ask Danny what he thinks about that. All right, let's see what kind of food we got. We're already way into this live stream. I guess I could not have a ration this week. Oh, I thought about not doing this at all and just sending this to somebody the way it is, packing it up the rest of the way with whatever would fit in there. You know, I could leave that up to you guys. Would you guys rather me send this to somebody, some random person, or I guess I need to take out the partially eaten date fig bar. I don't remember sticking that in that bag like that. Huh. It's kind of weird of me to do that. But yeah, if you guys think I should send this to somebody, I'll do that. I don't care. I put it in there. Yeah, I don't remember doing it. I thought I finished this actually, because I thought about it later. I was like, did I eat all that? I'm eating some of it right now. It's still fine. Yeah, it's a fun, quick read. It is a good article. K-Man's parts are good. I had a couple things that I would have added to it that I told K-Man about, but in the moment, man, it's hard to think of things like that. I can sit here and ponder on it, whereas he was on, he was under pressure on a phone call, or I'd assume a phone call or a Zoom call or something like that to do the interview. So we got a caramel cereal bar. Get the box up here. We got our butt ration, napkins. We got our sticky toffee pudding that I forgot last week. We got some smooth operator peanut butter. We got a lemon drink, fruit flavored energy drink. We got some Orfo, tuna and light mayo, 85 grams. Lot code, packing date, best before date. Oh, cool. It kind of describes what those numbers mean. Lot code N146DC. Then packing date. It says production. It even says down here production date and best by. Like, why do all that and then have that up here? That doesn't make sense. I'm curious is, okay, Denmark. There we go. Imported by Orfo. Haderslev, Denmark. Made in Thailand. Huh. There's all kinds of travel going on with this one little pack of tuna. So it was made in Thailand, and then it was shipped to Denmark, and then it was Orfo imported it into the UK. How crazy is that? Huh. That's a little bit much. Chicken, sausage, and beans and tomato sauce. 300 grams. Big old pack of food. And then we got this weird tomato and basil soup. I think this is weird to have in a ration. Am I the only one that thinks that this is strange? Maybe I am the only one that thinks this is just weird and wrong. Then we got, honestly, two of the worst drink mixes that you can have. We got a cola and a Tutti Frutti. I don't like either one of them. We got a Tabasco that looks like it's from the 90s. It doesn't even look fresh. And a package the biscuits and brown. So I'm fine with sending this to somebody. I don't care. You like the cola when mixed with carbonated water? Huh. So I tried that, Kaylin. I went and bought some carbonated water, some what's it called, soda water or whatever it is. This I know I'm not saying what the heck is it called. Anyway, I went and got some of that and added it to. And what happened to me was it turned into foam. It immediately had a adverse reaction. I would call it an adverse reaction with the powder, and it just turned into like a bubbling mess. Oh, man, I've got a bite on my side and on my back that is driving me crazy. Seltzer water, James, thank you. Yes. And then in here we've got some coffee, some tea, some sugar, some creamer, some gum, some matches, a big old stupid spork that I do not like, and some water purification tablets, and some hand wipes, wet wipes. Mulder said exactly, Smokey. It did the same thing. Yeah, it didn't work for me. And after it kind of calmed down and I got it all mixed up, which it just how do I describe it? It tasted from what I remember, it tasted more like along the lines of being an acidic version of the cola drink, kind of. It's already kind of fruity anyway. Like it does taste like cola, but it also has like a fruity twist to it. It's kind of weird, actually. It's not my cup of tea. Let's put it that way. That's a good way to put it with the British sense of things. James says it went flat. Yeah, that's pretty much my experience too. Oh, I got an MRE down here somewhere under my table. Oh, huh? My canteen. What the heck? Well, what canteen is this? Ouch, Jesus. Huh. I don't know what canteen that is. Huh. I'm pretty sure this is my original old canteen. It's got this on the bottom of it. What the heck? This is one of the like jacket liner lined ones. Alright, now I gotta check and see what this other canteen is, because I don't freaking know. But yeah, I can skip out on the British this week. I don't care. And send it to somebody. I know I had an open MRE right here somewhere, I thought. What did I do with it? I must have moved it. Oh, what is this? I don't know what canteen that is. Huh. Nice cover. Cup and stove. Huh. Weird. I don't even remember having this. I got a year or a stamp. Huh. All right. I swore I had it. Oh. All right. Chicken and rice. I don't know what that is. I don't think that's it. Freaking HDR. I don't remember doing that either. I'm finding all kinds of stuff. I didn't even know this stuff was in here. What the heck? Has anybody heard from Dub C lately? I'd really like to find that MRE. It was a tan bag. And I could have swore it was right here. I've got a snack pack here from Eric Surf 6 that I need to do something with. Oh, Eric. I like Eric, man. He's good people. Really good people. I think he lives in Japan. Alright. Let me reach in here. What is that? What is that? Okay, I know what that is. That's a survival kit. I'm pretty sure. Sorry guys, I know I'm leaving you hanging. Really wanted to find that other ration though. So I can maybe send this one right here to somebody, but because I don't have many of these left. At one time I had 40. Well, I had 30. I had 30 of these in the box, and then I had 10 of the kosher halal, or the Sikh Hindu. Where in the heck could that thing be at? I'm thinking it might be over here in a box somewhere. I don't know. Let's see what's in this chicken and rice MRE that I found here. This, I know what this is. This is that old accessory packet that I went through the best I could, but it's pretty much toast. I mean, there's old matches and sugars and stuff in there, but it's pretty screwed. Everything in it's janky. Just like that gum. Janky. Xylitol gum. What's that? What is that? Whitener. There's some teas in here. Nope, more whitener. Weird. Oy, oy, oy. Yeah, it's falling apart. Anyway, that was stuffed in this bag. And then we got, we got a weird, I don't remember what this, I think this stuff's from the meetup. And peanut butter. Another peanut butter. There's not going to be any food in here. Crackers. Another thing of crackers. Parcel accessory packet. And a spoon. So I got 2 things of crackers and peanut butter. Great survival food, by the way. I mean, honestly, you couldn't ask for much better than that. Right there. That's a meal in itself. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. Wait, did I miss a super chat? I must have. Hang on, just 1 second. I will go see. I'm sure I've got something somewhere. Like I said, I can just eat what Bourbon Street Joe sent. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. Hit the super chat. There we go. Oh, I'm into pain. What's happening? Thank you for the super chat. I'm into pain. I have not seen you in the chat in a minute. It's been a while. Well, good to see you. Yeah, it's been I don't know, it's been at least some, I won't say it's been a year, it's been months since I've seen I'm into pain in the chat. At least 6 months, right? Probably longer, I would say. My memory's pretty good when it comes to things like that, I'd have to say. I do a pretty good job. But yeah, man, thanks so much for that super chat. It's much appreciated. Well, just not in the mood for British food. Not after I had the candy. Oh, I got a weird idea. I don't know who's going to end up with this, but somebody's going to end up with it. It's got good stuff in it, man. Caramel bar. Biscuits brown are good. Which somebody else might like a lot of stuff that I don't. The sticky toffee pudding is like one of the most sought after desserts in a British ration, I would say. I like those pancake things that they put in them. But hang on, I'll be right back. I got something. We'll try it. That it's not a ration, by the way. But Ethan, did you get that on the side for me? They won't sell it. That sucks. All right, so I got something here that I've never had before. This is something new that Domino's has. It's tater tots with. This is Philly cheesesteak one, but it was supposed to have pesto sauce on it. Pesto? No. Fettuccine. Alfredo sauce. It was supposed to have Alfredo sauce on it. And I told my son I didn't know if I'd want that on there to have them give him some on the side in like a cup or something. And they didn't do it. So this is lacking that. And that probably would have made a huge difference. And that is a joke. You got to be kidding me. That right there was $7 or $8. Well, this is supposed to be the Philly cheesesteak one, like I said, but it's going to be missing, like, well, is that, no, that's an onion. Not going to have no daggone, well, I guess it does have cheese on top. Anyway. Alright. Let's give it a try here. I hate that I don't have the cheese that's supposed to be on it. Yeah, I think it probably needs that cheese. Yeah. Yeah, where's the steak? I mean, really. Like, that's it. Right there. That little tiny piece of steak. Can't taste it at all. What kills me is the people that make these things, they act like those ingredients come out of their pocket or something. It's like, hey, put some stuff on there that's supposed to be on there. Don't be stingy with it. Taco Bell's the same way. When my son was managing that one across the river, the stuff was made right. Be plenty of meat, plenty of cheese. I liked it. I like Taco Bell when it's made right. This, I mean, really? Barely tastes different than just eating tater tots. I don't really taste any of the cheese that's on it. Like, this is probably the most stuff that could be on it. There we go. Yeah, I think that Alfredo sauce probably would have made a big difference, but depending on how much they put on there, I will not recommend this at all. Hey, Ethan, you got any of that garlic one?
No.
Let me try it real quick. So they also have like a garlic one, and then they have a 3 cheese one. This one, maybe with the cheese on it, would have been better with that Alfredo sauce or whatever, but the way it sits, no sir. Anyways, I got to figure out who I'm going to give this to. I think it'd be best for me to give this to somebody. I can tell you right now, this is going to be way more meaty than the Philly cheesesteak tater tots that Domino's, well, my Domino's, it's probably going to be different anywhere you go. Maybe you can tell them to load it up with meat, add some more meat or something. But just the way that one came, yeah, no. Be up next weekend, kind of excited. Wait, where? What now? I haven't eaten stuff from Domino's for quite a few years. I usually get Northern Lights pizza. My favorite thing from Domino's is thin crust pizza. The best thing that it's a pizza cracker, more or less. But it's good. All right, I just want to try it. This one looks wet. What is this again?
Like bacon garlic, so I don't know what it is.
Bacon garlic ranch, maybe? Is it ranch?
No, it's not ranch.
What's on top of it?
Garlic,
Cheese?
garlic sauce.
That white stuff?
Yep.
So this is like bacon garlic something or other. I don't know. You'd have to, there's only 3 different kinds, so you want to try this one?
No.
There's nothing to it. All right. This one's looking considerably more promising. This one's cold, but don't like making tacos with a smear of meat paste. I like Taco Bell. Sure you don't want to try it? Mine's hot.
You can have it.
It's way better than the one I got. Did you look at this one?
No, not really.
If you'd got me that cheese, it might have been all right.
They can't sell their bottled sauces for allergy reasons. That's what they told me.
It was supposed to be on it. I just wanted a container of it on the side.
That's what I asked for.
That's the dumbest explanation I've ever heard in my life.
Egg in it. That's what they said.
And it would have been on the food.
Like I wouldn't have ordered it if I had an egg allergy.
So they told my son that they couldn't give him the sauce because of someone having an egg allergy. Yet it was going to be all over the top of this. They couldn't give him a container of it on the side. But it could be all over the food. Tell me what, that makes no sense. They're just being silly. What was that? Alright, I gotta have one more bite of this one, since it's still hot. I really wish this thing had more meat on it. That you can't even taste the onion and peppers on it, though. The onion a little bit changes the flavor. Just slightly. Alright, here's the pizza cracker that I was talking about. I'm sure this is the same everywhere, right? Domino's thin crust pizza is probably the same everywhere. It's pretty standardized. It is extremely thin. And it's crunchy like a cracker. It's like a pizza cracker, more or less. That's what it is. Not the same at all, he says. The bread's not the same. I assume that's what you mean, trucker, when you say pain, not the same at all. At all locations. I'm a thin crust guy myself. New York style pizza is pretty much like my comfort zone with the thickness of the crust. That tastes metallic. Not a little bit, a lot. why. It tastes like pennies. That is weird. What the heck? I don't know. I'll try this other bite and see if it tastes. Maybe it's just me. I think it was the aftertaste of that. Wait a minute. I think it's the pepperoni. I don't know. That's weird. I was thinking maybe it was the after, like where I just had that garlic bacon thing and then ate this. Like it was just a weird mixture of flavors that was kind of giving me a metallic flavor. But I'm pretty sure I got that flavor coming off the pepperoni. No, not that piece. I don't think. I don't know. I'm curious. What type of pizza crust do you like in the chat? Because I live with someone who likes the opposite of what I like. Thanks, Bride Gizzard. I'm into pain. Says I like New York style. New York is like, I'm going to say 2 to 2.5 times the thickness of this. But in my opinion, it gives it the proper amount of thickness to get done. Like it just gets the right amount of done for me. So I'm into pain. Cliff says 115 for everything. Wait. Tracy says thick. So you're a thick crust guy. You like hand tossed, and pan. Marilyn says like spicy. What? Can't remember what. I think Spicy said he liked thin. Who eats 50 friggin' strips? What kind of strips are we talking about? Here's the problem with Domino's thin crust pizza. If I order one of those pizzas, I can eat half of it in one sitting. And I'm not. You guys know me. I'm not a huge eater. I like to eat different things, but I don't eat a huge amount of food ever at one time. Like, even like you put me. See, that's where, like, you can't put me at an all-you-can-eat buffet. I'm not going to get my money's worth. Like, I'm way better off just getting a meal and taking the leftovers home or whatever. Because I'll eat leftovers. A lot of people, like, I live with someone who does not eat leftovers. And you got, like, I'll eat leftovers that are 3-4 days old. Like, stuff that is really getting to the point to where you probably shouldn't eat it. I do that all the time. I do it all the time. I'm like, it's probably all right. It's been in the fridge. Let me throw it in the microwave. Let's see how it comes out. Comes out, tastes right. I'm good. I eat it. Which I think could bode well for me. If anything was to ever go crazy and happen, I would be able to eat things that a lot of other people would not be able to eat. Because I'm sure that after so many years I have built up some sort of unique stomach flora versus others that don't eat the type of stuff that I'm with, or that I eat. I'm flexible with pizza crust, but if it's too thick, I pass. Tastes too much like bread. See if it's too thick, because you're not just eating it as bread. You're eating it with a liquid, with a paste, like a thick, in between a liquid and a paste on top of it. And then you're adding greasy cheese on top of it. And then you're adding greasy pepperoni on top of it, usually. And those oils and things seep down into the top of it. So you got this, like, slimy layer of dough. Even if it's cooked, like, to the max, you've got this slimy layer of dough on top. Like, it's always going to be there. Thin or not, it doesn't matter. It's there. It just depends on how much of that is there. And I can't do the thick stuff, like the the pan the pan pizza. It's like about that thick. Like our Pizza Hut's pan pizza is about that thick. Nope, it ain't for me. It is not for me. 3 to 4 days be okay, depending on what it is. I mean, I've eaten, like, okay, for instance, Thanksgiving leftovers. I'll push like 10, 11, 12 days. I have saw them do studies on this, and I've saw news reports on it. I've saw articles on it that say that you can only eat the turkey and the ham for, like, I think it's 2 days is what I read and saw on the news. Like, I just saw this stuff over the past couple of years, and I'm like, what? Come on. Like, I eat the turkey. It's, to me, in my mind, I'm like, okay, lunch meat, and I'm talking just actual shaved meat, like, not this processed stuff we know as like shaved ham and stuff like that. Actually shaved off ham, actual pieces of ham, actual pieces of turkey. They sell lunch meat like that now, and have for quite a few years now. But that stuff you'll have in the refrigerator for a couple weeks. Why can't I eat my turkey from Thanksgiving or Christmas for a couple weeks? Like, probably not 2 weeks. I'd say maybe I have hit 2 weeks. I don't know. I've come close to that, I would say. 11 to 14 days, somewhere in that range. I've definitely hit the 11-day mark. I'm sure of that. Um, I've probably went a good bit further than that. But, the mashed potatoes from Thanksgiving and big meals like that, like, typically 3 to 4 days usually. I mean, and then you're kind of pushing that boundary of they start liquefying and weird things start happening. Vegetables, now corn, green beans, stuff like that. I mean, you can push like 5, 6 days probably on stuff like that. But the meats, the turkeys and the hams, I'll throw that stuff on a piece of bread 10 days out and not even think twice about it. Like, it never even enters my mind like it might not be good. No, it's fine. It's fine. Them fuzzy penicillin covered foods. I have encountered stuff that I thought was going to be good. I thought I was going to eat that had started to turn like that, got a little fuzzy. And I was like, yeah, I can't eat this. It's time for it to go. It's time for it to go outside to the cats and the possums and the raccoons. Exactly the same as cans. Have to go to bed. CT, are you going to be good? What about CT? What's up with CT? Is CT drunk or something? Extra medium. On your pizza crust? Are we talking about pizza crust? That's the thing about cans. Sometimes they're pretty small, sometimes extra medium. Never know what you're going to get. What are we talking about? What's cans? Kaylin, I know you don't eat no pork, but you've eaten turkey 3 to 4 days. 3 to 4 days ain't nothing. Like that, to me, that ain't nothing. That's still, like, super fresh to me. Maybe I am weird. I don't know. I just, unless it tastes weird or looks weird, or I've encountered my turkey starting to get slimy, and I'm like, eh. But usually when that happens to me, it's like I didn't eat it the day before, or I might have skipped 2 days. I might have not eaten any of the turkey for 2 days, and I go to get it. I'm like, oh, it's gone, it's done. But no, I'll push it as long as I can. Cans, not cans. Canes, canes, not cans. Canes, not cans. Turkey and slime, nope. I hear you, dude. Cans. Okay, wait. Canes. 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 Raisin cane. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Old school Little Caesars, the square ones were. Oh yeah, the Little Caesars pizza from back in the day. I feel like they really screwed up going away from that original formula, whatever it was that they had, because it's nothing at all like it used to be. I say nothing at all. It does still have a lot of similarities, Little Caesars does, but it's just not the same. Fried chicken. Oh, it's a franchise. Huh. I didn't know that. Cane's is a franchise. Ask CT no questions. He'll tell you no lies. CT always drunk on the weekends. Okay. Maybe that's what it is. Yeah, good night, Miss Marilyn. You're probably not still here, so maybe you are. I think Chicken Shack's tenders are better. Man, I'll tell you what. I have been over the past, I would say, year and a half, 2 years. I have been thinking really hard about how hard would it be for me to get a Chick-fil-A franchise started here, because if you all knew how the place was that I lived in, you would automatically be like, yep, that's a perfect fit. Like, you all are pretty, you guys are probably pretty well aware of how Chick-fil-A is. It would fit into my area like a cog in a wheel. Like, it would fit in perfectly in that gap, because we're missing a place like that. And I wonder if I couldn't get one to come here. I'm going to go ahead and go. No, I'm not. No, I'm going to go with Danny's Camel. I'm going to go with Danny's Camel. Danny's Camel. I remember getting extremely buzzed off of this last week. There they are. Smell just as good as they did last time. And these are from, it says 98. So these are 25 years old. There we go. Getting lit with a lighter. Can't get the Lord's chicken on Sunday. Yeah, there's that. Honestly, I think it's a great thing to be able to give people that day off. I really don't know so much that it's about, to me, it's about the whole religious aspect of it. More of, you have a day where everybody doesn't have to work. I think that's something that every business should have, no matter what Walmart, doesn't matter if it's Dollar General, the gas station, doesn't matter. There should be a day where nobody has to come to work. Outside of you working in a power plant or a water treatment facility or a nuclear plant or something along those lines, I think those obviously should be manned 24/7, obviously. But retail stuff, like, you should be able to go a day without it being open. It's not that important that you're open, taking advantage of the possible profits every minute of every day. I think that's one thing that's kind of lost in this world since, I guess, like the 80s, early 90s. Used to be back then, you'd see like things were closed on Sunday. They were closed on Sunday, not necessarily because of church, but because everybody needs a day off, right? And they stopped. Most places stopped doing that, and they're open every day now. I think it's good to be closed today. I think that's a really good thing. Oh yeah, Chick-fil-A. If that's what you're talking about, I've never had bad Chick-fil-A. I can say that. And I do think that the type of employees that they attract, I know that there's got to be a pretty strict hiring process there, but it ends up being like a family at work, and everybody kind of gets along and everybody works together. From what I have seen and what I understand, I think it's a good business model. You know, if more places operated like that, the world would be a better place. Tell me I'm wrong. I'll argue with you. You know, I just think that it sometimes it's the simple things that make life better and make things better in general. If it was up to me, I think I'd probably try to make everybody have at least that one day a week that they're closed. Pick Saturday or Sunday. I don't care which one. You want to not be closed on Sunday because whatever, you got to close one day. Pick a day. Yes, eliminate income taxes. I agree 100%. If we're trying to do that here in West Virginia, that's something that they've been campaigning for. Now, what I will say is those dirty politicians, they're not just trying to eliminate income tax though. In the same bill where they're saying that they're trying to eliminate income tax, they're doing all kinds of other shady crap. It's not just a bill that eliminates income tax. That's not. It's 100 other things that are tied in with it. That if you vote for it, you're voting for this other crap that you don't even know about, that you'd never want, but you're voting thinking, oh, I'm doing away with income tax. But if you could legitimately just do away with income tax, I think that would certainly be a great thing. Now, as far as the federal income tax goes, I see the reason for it, but I also really hate and basically they've taken our money for the past 40, 50 years, piled it all in trash cans, and lit it on fire. It does nothing for us. I mean, it just doesn't. The only thing that they're funding that really should be funded. I mean, there's a few things that really should be funded, but the main one is the military that should be funded. We gotta have defenses, but we also have stuck our nose in a lot of places that it shouldn't have been. Personal opinion. Everybody's different. Everybody can have a different opinion. That's kind of the great thing about living in this country. You're allowed to have other opinions, and you can have discussions on it, and you can talk about your differences. Whereas other places you can't do that. But they're trying to make it to where you can't do that here now. That's a problem. That's a problem. So in California, I could be wrong about this, but from what I understand, they have passed a law, and it may just be in San Francisco somewhere. But if you misgender someone, they can put you in jail. What? Even if it's on accident, like, which could easily happen nowadays. Let's be honest. Could easily happen. They can be so offended by you accidentally misgendering them, calling them sir or ma'am when they should be a sir, opposite, they can have you put in jail. That is nuts. That goes against what one of the main freedom of speech. Like, if you don't have freedom of speech, if you can't say, you should be able to say whatever you want. Whatever you want. I don't have to like it. You don't have to like it. But you should still be able to say it. And here's my thing with that is I want everybody to be able to say what they want to say, because that lets me know where you stand. That lets me know if you're some lunatic that's advocating for the triple K or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're one of those people, I want to hear it. I want to know that that's who you are, so I can stay away from you and know exactly what kind of person you are. It makes things a lot more simple that way versus making people hide it and be quiet about it, and you never know. You see what I mean? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I just have a weird stance versus other people nowadays. Maybe I'm off base. I don't think that I am. I think that makes more sense to my brain than what our current situation is. If it was a flat tax with no way you could cheat, it would at least be easier to fill out. I'm even okay if there's a limit. I don't know. It depends when it comes to that. Because that's going to depend on your income level. See, that's where you get into a lot of nuances that aren't going to hold up with a flat tax for some people, and some people wouldn't care because it's going to benefit them. But the people that it isn't going to benefit are the ones that are going to have a problem with it. Yeah, San Francisco is something else. I can't believe how good these camels are. Danny, if you're still around, dude, these things are really good. Really good. Really strong, too. Like, for a light, it don't make a whole lot of sense how it could be. And I don't mean strong in the sense of, oh, it's hard to hit or it's really harsh or anything like that. I mean strong like the nicotine content is extremely high. Cliff says, you're right, Smokey. Bedtime for me. Great seeing you all tonight. Great stream, Smokey. Thanks, CT. I see you later, dude. Usually towards the end of the live stream, I get off on a tangent like this. Or if I'm going to talk freely and openly like this, is usually towards the end. It'd be nice to be having some conversations with people, like kind of podcast style, conversation style. I would like to get involved in something like that. I feel like there are people out there, even in my state, that I could enjoy interviewing. I'd like to interview Tim Pool, one person. I feel like we differ on some stances that I don't know that he can discuss his differing opinions as well as I know he's really articulate and can express his thoughts, but I think sometimes he just shuts down when it comes to certain topics, and that makes it a little tough. I'll tell you what, something I didn't realize, I had no clue how deep this topic that I'm getting ready to bring up goes. But our current governor here in West Virginia, he has done more questionable things since he's come into office than I ever would have dreamed. And some of the stuff is like the media just trying to stir up controversy, but also some of the things that really haven't got any coverage, not any, but haven't got any major coverage, are extremely questionable. That's a nice way to put it. That's a real nice way to put it. They go against anything I would do. That's for sure. He's the richest man in West Virginia, and he's our governor. And to start with, from what I remember, I'm pretty sure he was appointed as our governor. Now, the next election cycle, he was actually elected in. But when Manchin took over for R.C. Byrd, when R.C. Byrd died, Manchin just kind of stepped in and took over, was appointed, more or less. He was our governor. He stepped in, took over. And then this guy that's our current governor, Big Jim, or whatever they call him, stepped in and took over as governor. And I don't know. I don't know. I'm not going to stand here and say what I want to say, I guess. But my thoughts on the matter are, I'm not as educated on it as I would like to be, first of all. Second of all, I've just learned about some of these things that he's done that are, again, not really questionable. They're just out of line. That comes down to my opinion. They're all involving money. But, so this past election, 2022, whenever they did what is it, it's not a midterm election, right? Or is that what it's called, a midterm election? I think. Anyway, they put it on the ballot to do away with inspection stickers that we have, and they was trying to do away with sales tax, because see, we have not sales tax but yearly taxes on vehicles. We pay taxes on our vehicles every year here. I know there are other states out there that do that, but West Virginia, you're supposed to pay taxes on everything that you own. You're supposed to pay taxes on it more or less every year. So I thought, when I heard about this bill, this amendment, I think it was an amendment but it was a bill that they were trying to pass to do away with this stuff. I was like, oh man, yeah, that's great. That'd be a great thing because we don't. I know it's a source of a lot of revenue for the state. A lot. I mean, I want to say it was 87 million or 187 million, something like that's what they're getting from it, which is probably a drop in the hat when it comes to revenue sources that they have for the state. But anyway, they were doing away with it, and I was talking to a local lady here about it, and I asked her what her thoughts were on it, and she began to explain to me, like, you need to look into that bill more and see what else they have bundled in with it, because it's not just for that, which they don't tell you that. They don't tell you that. I should have been smart enough to know better, but then I started looking at it, and the things that they had tied in with that, and that was all him. That was all our governor's doings, and he came out talking about it on TV like it was going to be this great thing, and he was doing something really good for West Virginians. And what in the end, it was going to screw us. It was going to screw a lot of people. The changes and the additions, it was going to be bad. It was going to be bad. It didn't pass because a lot of people were smart enough to look into it and realize that it wasn't going to be a good thing. So, I don't know. I feel like I'm not as educated on a lot of the topics that I would like to be for my particular state, but I also feel like you can't know everything. You got to start somewhere, and I've been thinking recently, maybe I should get into something like that, try to help make a change, make a for the better. I'm about as regular blue collar worker person as you could meet. Outside of the fact that I hosted a TV show, like I've worked my entire life manual labor. Like that's what I've done my whole life. Started right out of high school. Well, I before I got out of high school, I was a tax paying citizen. Started when I was 12 or 13. I started working at Dairy Queen, paying taxes. I think I made like 3 something an hour, 4 something an hour, or something like that. Wasn't much. Then I started working construction with my stepdad when I was 15. Did that all the way up till I was 17, and then I graduated when I was 17. Went and I worked as an electrician, traveling electrician for a few years, and then I got in the local asbestos union. Did that for a few years, and I was a Boilermaker, and then I got a job at the local aluminum plant, and then it shut down, and then I went to work on the river, and I worked on the river until I got hurt, until I had the accident. Oh, hey, buddy. Thanks for rubbing your face on my nose. My buddy, ain't you? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. What was that? I paid $130,000 for my land and house 25 miles from Takalia. Wait, what? Hang on. Oh, no. Can't go up there. Hey, buddy. Okay, what'd you say? Cliff, I paid, is that 130,000? 1, 2, 3, yep. For my land and house, 25 miles from Takaletna. Are you in West Virginia, Cliff? Ow. Cliff is rich. Asbestos Union, that sounds lovely. Viper, yeah, man. It's about half a mile from my house, right up the road here. It's about as shady as they come. When you think of like that typical union / almost mafia ties, it's exactly what you would think it would be like. Taking money on the sides, doing jobs extremely shady, because don't eat my pizza, dude. Yeah, you're right. It's bad, very bad. Beautiful country out there. Oh, so you do live in? Oh, wait, no, nope. I told you no. Oh, you're in Alaska, Cliff. Okay, cool. I have never been to Alaska. I'd like to go to Alaska. So, where didn't they? Dude, you're knocking stuff down. Stop. Where'd they just shoot down that other balloon or whatever? Wasn't it in Alaska? Dude, stop with your tail, bro. Thank you. Big fluff ball. I'm going to be riding out your way this summer for sure. Love Denali Park in the summer. I knew Danny was up there. Up near Prudhoe Bay. It was a UFO. I know that's what they keep saying. It was unidentified. But back to that topic about the balloon earlier. Stop, dude. You're going to knock my stuff over. All right, you got to get down. You're literally drooling. He's a good cat. Have you ever seen Skinwalker Ranch? Yeah, I actually know somebody who works on Skinwalker Ranch. Yep. He's on the production team. A lot of people here know him too. I can't tell you guys who he is though, because they actually make the people that work there keep it quiet. But yeah, I was actually just thinking about that yesterday. I was thinking, man, I should get a hold of him and see if maybe he could get me on Skinwalker Ranch, because I would love to go and hang out for a day. I wouldn't even have to film any of it. I don't care. Just the experience of getting to go there. I mean, you know how many millions of dollars have been spent on and at Skinwalker Ranch? I mean, Bigelow spent what, 87 million while he was there doing research. I think he said something like that. It's ungodly amounts of money. Seen every episode? You're a super fan. Cool. Yeah, I maybe I should hit him up. I don't know. It just entered my mind yesterday. I was like, man, maybe I should see what he's got going on, and see if maybe he could get me on the set, get me on the ranch, whatever, to hang out for a day or two. I'd love to be in season 4. I'd love it, man. Here's the thing, like, Skinwalker Ranch is crazy, right? But I live in a place that's just as crazy. I really do. Most people don't even know about it though. Like, they do, but they don't. They know about the Mothman. That's what they know about. They don't know about the other paranormal history that is tied so deeply into where I live. Like, start doing your research on Mason County, West Virginia, Point Pleasant area, Mason County, West Virginia, and you'll start finding these articles about, especially about the otherworldly visitors that have been coming here since the aliens, or since the Indians were documenting everything. They I guess they kept decent records that got passed to us Americans, well, us invaders, whatever you want to call us. Somehow we ended up getting their info. Oh, he's just so comfy. He's chilling. Oh, my guy. My guy. But no, yeah, I've been thinking here lately, like, not only are they not is nobody capitalizing on this place. I know the experiences that I've had, and I also know how easily those experiences started coming after I started really paying attention. There's tons of stuff that I feel like could be capitalized on in this area that haven't been capitalized on. I feel like the Mothman thing hasn't been taken advantage of to the extent that it could be um, exploited, because a proper movie has not been done. There's been a good documentary that came out, I think, a couple years ago now. The pandemic really screwed it up, but it's been released on YouTube now for free, and I think it's on a channel called like Free Movies or something like that. I want to say that's the name of the channel. It's something like that, but it's actually really good. It's the best one I've seen by far, and it's probably the newest one, I would also say, by far. But a lot of the people that had that original experience with this creature or whatever, a lot of those people are passing away, or already have passed away. And especially since the pandemic has came through, um, that really has hit the population. Um, a lot of those people were about the age of my landlords that used to own my house here, and they both passed away October of 21. Um, it was actually, I had 4 deaths 4 days in a row in October, that wrapped up with my good buddy hanging himself. But yeah, the Skinwalker Ranch thing, I feel like, yeah, I might, now that that has came up in topic, now I'm talking about it, thinking about it, maybe I should. Lights coming from your pantry as you say that stuff. Pantry. Ottertown? The only weird thing we see here is the occasional mountain lion. Viper buddy, I've seen more things than I even like to admit, because I feel like maybe you guys might think I'm crazy or something. That a lot of times I don't even like to talk about the stuff that I've seen. Luckily, well, 2 times that I've had encounters or whatever, I've had witnesses that are close to me that I can talk to, and that, one's my son, the other's the guy that I worked with. It's like my brother. I mean, we're as close as family, closer than family. Uh, but I've had some pretty strange encounters right here at my house on 2 separate occasions. One time, I was out back talking to John Slavey. I was talking to Multi Magnum on the telephone, and I saw this. Can only be described as like a blue-green ball of fire. That's all I can describe it as. But it wasn't. It did not appear like it was outside of our atmosphere. It appeared like it was, to me. It didn't seem like it was all that high up, and it didn't have an arch to it. It flew in a straight line, and it flew slow. Not super slow, but slow enough that I screamed out something on the phone, and I was like, "Holy crap, man! You're not going to believe this!" And I watched it like go from one side of my sky all the way to where I couldn't see it no more, and it just kept going. Um, that was one time I was on the phone just out back, and then there was another time I stand out back on the phone because that's where I got reception with my cell phone. I was standing out there talking to Gun Dog, and I actually reported this one. I didn't report that other one. I should have. I didn't even think about it. I didn't know there was a way to do that. Um, but anyway, I was on the phone with Gun Dog, and this was different. This was different than the time before. This thing before, it was different than anything else that I'd ever seen before. Um, and this could have been natural. This could have been a large meteor of some kind that came in to the atmosphere, but I didn't see that bright flash that you typically see when it breaks through the atmosphere initially. Um, I didn't see that, but I watched it come in to the skyline. Like, I watched it enter. It didn't come from the side or anything like that. I watched it come from like right here in my view, and I watched it go straight out from me. And I reported that one to the best of my ability about where I thought that it was over top of, which it would have probably been like over top of like Athens, Ohio, roughly from where my eyesight was. I'm guessing that's it, but it was traveling north. It was going north, so I don't know. I don't know what that one was, but I've encountered things so many times that I've lost count. I've lost count of instances that I've had, especially ones when I'm on my own, because I'll go outside just to watch, just to see what I see, and a lot of times I see stuff. I see stuff more often. I would say out of the times that I go outside to look, like specifically, that's my only reason is to go outside and just watch. I would say probably 1 in 10 times I'm seeing something. I mean, it's that often. It's that regular. It's regular. It got to the point to where I thought, like, do they know that I'm out here or something? Is there something? Is there something else intelligent? Or I mean, is the government involved? Like, do they know that there's somebody? Because I used to take my laser outside and like shine it at it. I stopped doing that. And I know it makes me sound crazy saying these things. I do. I realize how silly it sounds, but I also know what I've seen and what I've dealt with and what I've experienced. So at the same time, it doesn't bother me so much to say it because I know what I've seen and what I've dealt with. Not nearly enough thunderstorms. I really miss those, and lightning. Well, that's one thing you definitely get down here where I live. You know, one thing. So I've had a lot of interaction or a lot of experience with seeing things in the sky and seeing a lot of stuff like that. And that started for me really back in like 2007 is when I really started seeing stuff pretty regular. So it's been a long time now. What, 15 years, right? Something like that. 15? No, not quite 15. Like 7. I don't know. However long that's been. 14 years. Been a long time. I guess that's not 14 years. I don't know. Maybe it is. 7, 3, 13, 16 years. Okay. Anyway. So here's something that I would like to experience. I would like to seek out. And I did go down the road of I started down this road. I never followed. I didn't follow through. I bought some equipment to start seeking out uh, the other side to see if there's any. Um, oh yeah, the one the. Sorry, I'm getting sidetracked, but yeah, I saw the lasers from the China balloon in Hawaii. I actually saw that on Timcast last night. Um, but anyway, I want. I think I want to pursue seeing if there if I can be convinced that ghosts are real. If there's legitimately another side to things. Um, with all the TV shows and all the videos that people capture now. But the thing is, like, you can't believe any of that stuff unless you experience it yourself in person. And then some of that stuff you're going to still even like some of that stuff you're going to question: is this even anything? Maybe it's just nothing. I really enjoy the ghost YouTube videos as well. I think there's so many people that are talented in editing and special effects nowadays that you'd never know what's real and what's not. I will take a moment to recommend a channel to you guys that I've spent a lot of time on as of lately. With they've just got a ton of content that I'd never seen before, and it's not drawn out. Now they don't tell you any backstories. They don't do the zoom ins so you can see what it was. Like if there's something there and you wanted to see it, you got to back it up, pause it, check it out yourself, whatever. But I've really enjoyed this channel recently. Let me pull it up here. I'm sure there will be one recommended here on my. There better be. Oh, Whistling Diesel build out his General Lee. I see. I can't remember the name of the channel. It's something to do with TikTok, though. Really. And if you guys don't know who Danny Mullen is, I highly suggest you check out his channel. A totally different kind of content. Obviously, it's on the kind of like verge of extreme comedy and a lot of satire there, but Let me see if I can find this channel, man. Might have to get in my history to find it. It's a channel I'm sure you guys have never heard of if you're into this type of thing, because it's a channel that's it's new to me. They don't have a whole lot of subscribers, but their content, their channel is going to catch on. Now, they are using everybody else's content. Okay, it's called Real Horror Talk. Hang on, I'll go to their channel. There we go. You know what? I don't need to do that. I can post a link. I'm not subscribed. How about that? Share. Copy link. Okay. And now I'll come back in and I'll post the link to their channel right now. You guys check this channel out. You'll like it. If you like that kind of content, you will like this. Oh yeah, I like Danny Duncan too. Yeah, Danny Hertzler. Um, the two Dannys, those two Dannys are Danny Duncan's content is just, it's on another level because he's able to spend that kind of money. You know what I mean? But even if you go back to his like starting content when he was like hitchhiking across the country and stuff, he just made really good content. Like he done a really good job starting and running his channel from the very get go. You know, I used to like the Mr. Beast guy. I really kind of, I don't know. I don't watch his content anymore. I'm not saying it's good or it's bad. I just don't watch it anymore. I don't go into Alaska wilderness without at least a 10mm Glock. I can imagine that you're going to want something that's going to take down, well, a bear. You're going to want some. You're going to want something. 44 mag, Cliff says. Yeah, you're going to want something with some stopping power. I'd kind of be like, I guess, going out in the Everglades down in Florida. You wouldn't want to go out there without something, without a pretty good sized weapon. I'd want to have, if I was going to go in the Everglades, I'd want a big old shotgun, and I'd want a big old knife. So, just in case. Last time I tried to bring out anything related to that, it literally didn't take YouTube seconds, a few seconds, to shut my live stream down and give me a warning and tell me that if I'd done it again, I'd get a strike. And yet you have channels that's all they focus on. And it's fine for them because they've got millions of subscribers. So that's okay. It's okay if you got millions of subscribers. It's not a big deal. I like those channels. I like those guys that run those channels. But how is it fair for one to be able to do it and somebody else not to be allowed to do it? You see what I'm saying? It's rules for thee and not, or rules for me and not for thee type of thing. YouTube has went down the toilet since 2016, 17. It's not YouTube anymore. It's their tube. I've said that 100 times. It's their tube, not our tube. It's not YouTube anymore. Hasn't been for years. Just take out the guy that can run faster than me. Yeah, I hear you. You just got to be able to run faster than the other guys is the thing. Yeah. Oh well, Australia. I have to imagine what would be in Australia. But you guys got crocodiles over there. I mean, those things are just ridiculous. I saw a picture of this lady standing next to this giant crocodile. I mean, this thing. I don't even want to know how. I can't venture to say exactly how big it was, but it appeared to be about the size of a bus. It was freaking humongous. It was the biggest. It's the biggest one I ever seen. I would have to say by a long shot. That sucks. What happened to the old crocodile hunter too, man. All right, guys, I'm going to hop off here, get my mess cleaned up. Sorry I didn't have a ration this week. I do have some jerky here that I can try though. I know that doesn't make up for it, but like I said, I ain't got very many of those things left. I think it'd be cool to share it with somebody instead of me just wasting eating it right now. Great Canadian meat, genuine jerky, the original. This is oh, it smells really good. Wow, it smells real good. Old Bigfoot, man. I'll tell you what, there's been some good videos coming out about that recently. About old Bigfoot. Wow, this looks like really good jerky. Turn the camera around to the better camera so y'all can see it. Mama said. Mama said. Yeah, it looks like some pretty good jerky. That's got a good flavor to it. Savory. A little bit sweet. Definitely beefy. Got a nice chew to it. Juicy. I like a jerky that produces a lot of juice when you start chewing on it. A little bit greasy. Kind of leaves a greasy film in my mouth, but the flavor's really good. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna try one of these distincts next week. Probably try both. Wait, how do I pack these? I think I pack them this way. Right? Let me double check. Yep. Okay. Pack them to the top. Like this. Those feel like they're packing really good. These are just so much different than an American pack. I mean, wish these are 100s, but this is thicker. But how much wider? It's not much thicker. Just the way these are stacked in here. But y'all compare those next week. Who's George Chauvin? George Chauvin? I don't know who that is. And I really appreciate the box you sent, Mike. Bourbon Street Joe. And this video, there's a link to Bourbon Street Joe's channel. All you got to do is click the description. That's the only thing that's in the description is Bourbon Street Joe's channel link. So go subscribe to Bourbon Street Joe's channel. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up or down. Either way, Google doesn't care. They just like feedback. The dirty rats. I'll get this hung up outside on my window right here. Much appreciated, man. I guess I'll keep the bag and just use the bag. I think that's what I'm supposed to do with the bag. And then hang the flag outside. Whoops. I dropped it. All right. Well, guys, thank you guys for hanging out with me for so long. I really appreciate you guys spending your time with me. Huge thanks to anybody who sent a super chat. Huge thanks to Bourbon Street Joe or Mike that sent the box along. I really do appreciate you guys. Yeah, smokes. These are smokes. Those are smokes. Yeah, all kinds of smokes everywhere. Had some amazing camels that Danny sent last week. 25-year-old camels. But they are super duper fresh. I wasn't sure about them when I first opened them last week, the way that cellophane looked, whether they were going to be fresh or not. But these are in impeccable condition. They really are. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. I really do. I always enjoy our conversations and getting to focus on the chat as much as I can. It's a good time. Oh, I got reindeer stuff, too, I got to try out. I forgot about that. Had it sitting here the whole time. Got that reindeer meat. Alaskan reindeer. Chunked in gravy. That'll be an interesting try. All right, guys. But thank you guys, like I said, for hanging out with me. Stick this jerky in my back pocket because I got to eat that. All right, it's in my pocket. Put these over here. Where am I going to put these? Well, what the heck? There we go. Right here. All right, guys. I want to say a huge thanks to my patrons. Thank you guys for donating over there. I'm getting ready to use a good bit of that for some live stream content. That's the only thing that that money over there is for channel content stuff. And yeah, I guess all I got left to do is now is say thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next live stream. Oh, before I leave, Oddball Candy Company on eBay. Been talking to them. They do some really weird, like, well, not weird, just like name brand candies. They're freeze drying. I think they're going to send me some of that stuff, and we're going to check it out. I think it's going to be cool. I assume it's going to be really interesting to try the different types of candies that they have freeze dried. So, yeah, if you guys want to check them out, check them out. They seem like pretty decent folks over there from what I've gathered so far. I can't say that things are great or this or that. I can just say that it's over there. Check it out. And we'll find out soon enough. All right, guys. I'll see you guys on the next one. Later.